Looks so delicious. Today we will transform Bael fruit into Bael fruit with sugar. You can use any brand of sugar, but Aunt Mu uses Ting Fong's. We use ripe Bael fruit, that is, peel it and pound it with a pestle. Then, the flesh will look like this. We will scoop out the flesh like this. Scrape the flesh like this. Once we have prepared the Bael fruit like this, we will set aside the flesh for now. We will see in the next step. In the next step, we will pour 1 liter of water into a pot and put it on the stove after we have peeled the Bael fruit like this. Let your friends mash it first. Mash it into small pieces. First. It smells very fragrant. Now, let's put it in to boil. When the water starts to boil again, we will add 1 cup of white sugar. Let's go. We will add the sugar. Friends, stir it. Here, stir the sugar. Friends, or the sugar will stick to the bottom of the pot and it will smell bad. We won't boil it for long. Once the sugar is poured in, friends, stir it until it dissolves. That's enough. Here, the sugar is starting to dissolve. When the sugar starts to dissolve, you can turn off the stove. Here. Aunt Mu has turned off the stove. We will set aside the water that we used to boil the Bael fruit. Let it be room temperature first before mixing in the next step. After, we let it rest until the water boils. Let it be room temperature. We will add the sugar powder. From Ting Fong, we will use 250 milliliters. We will pour it into a measuring cup. Auntie Mu will pour 250 milliliters here. Auntie Mu, pour 250 milliliters. We will pour it in this step. We will pour the remaining water. We will use it as drinking water. Auntie Mu uses 3 liters. Pour it in. In this step, we will pour the remaining water. Mix the ingredients together first. We will test for stretch. In this step, we will test for yeast. Scoop water into a small bowl like this. We use 1 teaspoon. Use a measuring spoon like this. And pour it into the bowl where we divided the water. Mix the ingredients together. We'll let it rest and work first. While we're waiting, we'll pour the water into the fermentation tank. Now, pour the water into the fermented beans. Our cordyceps is fluffy like this. If it's fluffy like this, it means that the cordyceps is working well. If the cordyceps has expired, friends, you can see it easily. The cordyceps powder will settle to the bottom of the basket, and the water that you tested the cordyceps with will be clear. But if it's bubbly, like this, pour it directly into the fermentation tank. You can pour it into the bucket. We're done pouring the cordyceps in. Okay, close the lid of the bucket tightly first. Shake inside the bucket and also mix. The helps increase oxygen. Bucket, shaking the bucket. The fermented sugar, we've been fermenting for 2 weeks now. Today, we'll pile up the pulp and then squeeze it out. We can pile it through a sieve. Here, I'll pile the pulp like this. We won't use this pulp. We'll throw it away. We'll ferment for 2 weeks. If we squeeze it, it will consume all the sugar. There's almost no sweetness left. If you like your syrup to be a little bitter, you can squeeze it out. But if you want it a little sweeter, Auntie Mu will let you add granulated sugar. During the fermentation step, we'll only add 30 to 50 grams. We won't add more than that. For those who like it a little bitter and astringent, add 20 to 30 grams if yours is very bitter or astringent. Friends, add 50 grams. We will add it in this step. Turn on the stove. We will put in the sugar. Friends, hurry up, otherwise, the sugar will stick to the bottom of the pot. Today, we will knock it down at 40 degrees only. Making a thermometer is very important. If anyone doesn't have one, you can order one from Aunt Mu. Aunt Mu sells them. Let's turn on the machine. It depends on the model. Friends, some models turn it on at the M. Older models turn it on at the M. The newer models turn it on at the big temperature symbol. Here, now the temperature is at 38.5 degrees. It will gradually increase. Level up, we use a thermometer. We have to stir the water so that the heat can rise. Our thermometer uses an infrared system. Right now, Aunt Moo measures at 40.1 degrees Celsius. We will turn off the stove. Aunt Moo uses an electric stove. The water will heat up quickly. It will take less than 2 minutes. We will let the water come to room temperature before pouring it into the fermentation tank. Friends, don't be hasty and pour it quickly while the water is still hot. If you pour it into the fermentation tank while the water is still hot, it will form steam and cause white sky. While we are fermenting, it will have a foul smell. Aunt Moo will be back to update. Right now, we will let it rest until it is hot. Bael Fruit, light sugar, we are at room temperature now. Now we will pour it into the fermentation tank. Kwai into the fermentation tank. Is complete. Aunt Moo will teach you 2 steps by adding potassium sulfate or KMS. This substance is fine. Like salt powder. In Pa Moo's recipe, 5 to 6 liters, we will use 2 spoons. Here, we will scoop 2 spoons and add it fully like this. 2 spoons of KMS dissolves quite easily. This substance helps maintain the color and odor. It does not change much from what we did. All chemicals are dangerous. Do not inhale and keep out of reach of children. We add KMS. Friends, close it. Tighten the lid of the bucket during the fermentation process. After 2 nights, have your friends check the bucket. If the bucket is pressed down like this, we can continue fermenting for a long time. But if the bucket is swollen, tight, and cannot be pressed down, have your friends loosen the lid first. We loosen it halfway like when we ferment. And we will ferment at room temperature for about 7 to 10 days. Auntie Moo will come back to update that after fermenting for 7 to 10 days. How much will the taste be to our liking? Wait and see. Today, Pa Moo will come to update quickly. Bael Fruit, Bauzuka. We have been fermenting for 2 months. Friends, wait and see if Auntie Moo ferments. For 2 months. What beautiful color will we get? Friends, look. See? It's the color. This is the yeast solution that we got. It's clear and beautiful. Today, Aunt Moo will teach you how to put yeast in a bottle by adding potassium sauce. Potassium sauce helps inhibit yeast growth and prevents it from reawakening and working. This one looks like a sugarcane stick like this. For a 300 to 500 milliliters bottle, we'll add 1 spoonful of sauce. For a larger 500 to 100 milliliters bottle, Aunt Moo recommends adding 2 spoonfuls of sorbate. We can then scoop the sorbate into the bottle. Here, scoop 1 spoonful and pour it into the bottle. How? To lift the bottle, we will lift it with our wrists. The method of lifting it with our wrists helps prevent the basket at the bottom of the bottle from rising. When we lift it suddenly like this, the basket at the bottom of the bottle will rise too. We will lift it with our wrists. We will get beautiful, clear water. When we pour it into the bottle, we will close the bottle tightly. We will write a sticker like this to show what kind of water we made. What is the production date? What year is it produced? How many rye? We will write its history on the side of the bottle. When we store it, for a long time, 5 months, 6 months, or 1 year, we will come back. Look at this. As soon as I lifted the bottle, I knew right away that this bottle was why. What was it? Aunt Moo made just 1 bottle as an example. Today, we'll try it to see how delicious and well-rounded the Y, Bael Fruit, and Areca sugar flavors are. Let's see. Friends, the Y looks so delicious. It smells so good. This is how we do it. It brings out the smell. My friends, swinging the glass brings out the smell. My friends, I'll try it. It's quite hot in the throat. It's not light. My friends, it's not light at all. It's a personal preference. Why? Bael Fruit. I emphasize. It's truly a personal preference. But it's good too. The aroma goes up to your nose. It's a rather strong aroma. Friends, this Bael Fruit, Auntie Moo uses ripe Bael Fruit. The aroma is completely different from dried Bael Fruit. When we ripen it, friends, for a long time, like a year, it's really good. It's delicious. It's hot in the stomach and throat. Friends, Whoever wants to mix it with soda, go ahead. Add ice. Whoever comes to watch Auntie Moo's video clip, if you like it and find it useful for you, please press like to encourage Auntie Moo. Press share a lot. Other members will know how to make wine in a healthy way. Auntie Moo is worried. This clip ends here. Until we meet again, goodbye.